Sunoco Speed, South Africa's high-octane motorsport show.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunoco Speed. Today we come to you from Phakisa Freeway, South Africa's premium Grand Prix circuit. We're here for the Rapid Bike 8-hour endurance race. That's 8 hours of superbike fun and madness. We've got 28 teams, so it's jam-packed today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go check it out. And I'm joined in the studio today with the race organizer, Mr. Andre Neetling. Welcome.
Thank you, Donovan, and welcome viewers to the greatest show on the planet.
Now, Andre, they're 8 hours in its fourth year now. What makes it so special?
Donna, I think it's the fact that the average Joe, the average motorcycle rider who attend a track day can actually feel like a MotoGP star for a day. And that's what our focus is for the day, to make everybody feel welcome and to bring the fun element and fun aspect back into racing.
Because it is popular. 28 teams, and no races, especially endurance races in motorcycling, get that much. And the fact is, here we are. It's a full pit.
Don, I honestly think the secret is because of the formula. As you can see, it's fun. We're all relaxing. We're busy chatting actually in the morning. What rules and when are we going out on track, and this was actually riders briefing, and as you can see, everybody's relaxed, everybody's having a good time.
Because riders briefing traditionally is a very serious sort of affair, nothing like what we're seeing here.
Well, obviously there's still all the safety rules and everything in place, but we've changed the whole game plan in terms of making it fun, bringing fun elements back, because you must remember, these are not your seasonal top national races. These are normal people that's got a day job, and they spend the weekends on a racetrack enjoying their motorcycles. And the whole idea of the 8 hour was to make everybody feel at home and just to have a lot of fun on the day.
Speaking of seasonal, Welkom wasn't really sticking to their seasonal climate. Here in the middle of winter it actually rained. So when everyone arrived at the track for the morning of the 8 hour, the track was all wet, but the sun soon came out. Eventually it dried. However, we did delay the start by 2 hours, turning it from an 8 hour into a 6 hour, and qualification was done by drawing your grid position from a hat. As you can see, it didn't really upset anyone. This is a laid back bunch. Let's see how laid back some of them are.
Yeah, Donovan, and then obviously some of the teams that support us with all our events is the team from Habashwe Racing.
So this year, Habashwe Racing team has registered 3 teams. This is our third 8-hour endurance race that we partaking in. Previously, when we started, we were always at the back of the queue in terms of awards. And last year we did quite well. We had a team that came out first, and then most of the team were in the top 10s. We had 4 teams last year.
We are Team Ratpin Services. We're from Welkom, and then our other riders are from Joburg. We're at Phakisa Raceway for the 8-hour race, and we're very excited and we cannot wait to start. So it's a bit rainy now, but it will clear up and then we'll win the day.
And obviously one of the legends, Tobosela Molefe.
This is Mr. Kotse Tole. He is the marketing director of Free State Tourism. Now, Kotse, this is a lot of tourism going over here, don't you think?
Yes, there is definitely a lot going on here.
Tell me, Phakisa is a racetrack. It's part of Free State Tourism. It's got to bring a lot into the province of the Free State, don't you think?
Definitely. That's why it's important for us to be involved and try to get partnerships with event organizers of races like this.
We're Team Twisted, motley crew of chaps. We're here for the fun and games, like the 8-hour is. We've got pretty faces, pretty bikes, and a beautiful day. It's going to turn out to be wonderful. Awesome. We're not expecting much, I don't think. We're expecting to have fun. That's the spirit of the 8-hour. What do you have to say, Steve-O?
We're going to enjoy it.
Millies?
We're all here to have fun.
Okay, well, we Team Bricks, and we from all over. We're from Woodbank, we're from Potch, we're from Welkom. So we basically from all over. We represent the whole of South Africa.
A-class rider, yes, he's in!
Yeah, so Aaron is our A-class rider, Mark is our B-class rider. We're missing 2 riders, but we're really looking forward to it. The rest of us is support crew.
Good morning, MRA 8 Hour today, and this is Team Saints. And with us riding here, Milton Summers, Jannie Oosthuizen, Dave Purchase, the legend, okay, and Warren Pridgeon. And we are Team Saints.
Hi, we're Team Need for Speed. This is Johan, Anton, Donovan, and Raymond. And I'm Sarel. We're from Gauteng, Randfontein, Saudi Arabia, Gauteng. Need for Speed, owned by Johan. ACC Billet Engineering.
Nico from Team Northwest Bulk Carriers, here for the 8 hour, looking forward to a great race. We've got Bruno Lamprou right next to me, also a fantastic race, and my wife Audrey and Dunbar. So yeah, looking forward to a great race.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Team Electronia, a sponsor for this 8 hour event. And I would like to introduce you guys to my team members. On my left hand side we've got Darren, he's our A rider.
Hello everybody.
And we've got our B rider here, Chris.
Hello everyone.
And we've got our C rider, the one and only Mr. Richard Murray.
Hello everyone.
And today, because it's a bit rainy, I think we're going to show the other guys how to do it.
Morning, my name is Davy Slippers. I'd like to introduce my team 4 Shades of Grey. Johan de Beer, Tony Kleinsmith, and Gavin Breckel. The 2 new members. This were last year's members. We came 5th last year, so I hope this year we're going to do better. We've got a mean team. A very mean team. A very mean team.
Hi, good morning everybody. This is Team Too Fast to Fearless. We're at Phakisa Raceway for the 8 hour race today, and this is my team, Too Fast to Fearless, like I said. And my name is Graham, this is Stefan, this is Janet, and this is Charmaine. So we're hoping to give you guys a good show today, and hopefully to get a podium or something like that.
Rian Faree of the 4-Way Flyers, you come to every single endurance race there is. Is it an addiction or something?
You know what, I think it is a little bit of it. We really like it, and again, like we said, we like Andre's events. The MRA events are really, really good. They're well organized. I mean, like we just said, 28 teams, that's well done. So yeah, we love it. We will support him all the way. We'll keep coming and coming and coming. This year we're going to be in the GP class with you guys, so let's see how that goes.
73 years old, Simon. People keep asking you, when are you going to grow up?
Never. When I'm really old, then I'll probably grow up. It's like retirement also. People say, when are you going to retire? I say, well, you have to work first to retire. And I tried working once and I didn't like it.
Okay, 8 hours of endurance race. More importantly, do you think it's going to be fun?
It's always fun. It's always fun. We're sitting here at Phakisa. It rained. Who cares? We're hoping the tracks are going to dry, and it's always going to be fun.
Emily, are you riding?
No.
Why not?
My mom might kill me if I do.
Your mom might kill you or your father?
Both.
This is a very festive team single captain. Is that right? Why is it called single captain?
It's our first year and we still drink like amateurs.
So next year it'll be, what's it? Double captain, triple captain, you know? So you're going to be triple captain.
We're going to upgrade straight to triple. We're going to skip Moto 2, go straight to Moto GP next year.
Okay, now tell me, Graham, you were riding this beautiful 899 Panigale, but then you broke it.
Yeah, it's Italian, it leaks oil.
It leaks engine oil or something else?
Broke fork seals.
Oh, you chop. So what are you riding now?
So now upgraded to my wife's R6.
Is your wife going to kill you?
Probably. When she gets here later.
My name is Grappy. I'm from Nitro Cycles in Welkom. We have a bike shop and we always at the track supporting all the guys, changing tires and doing race prep. We enjoy being here.
Stay tuned for more racing action after this break. Welcome back to the Rapid Bike 8 Hour at Phakisa.
This is team double captain. Dare I ask why you're called double captain?
You like single captain, just more festive. Twice as much, in fact.
Twice as much. Should you be like, yeah, okay, team double. Alright, fair enough. How's it going, fellas?
Excellent. You can't complain. It's always fun here. So it's good stuff.
Dare I ask, are these two going to cost you a lot of money later?
I have a feeling they will, yeah. I have a feeling that will, yes.
You're going to come ride on the big track?
I don't know.
Good answer. Me neither.
Guys, I'd like to introduce our team. It's Brad, Casey, Trav, myself, and together we are
Steel and Pipe South Africa Racing.
This is team H2O. Now, okay, H2O, is it like the Doof Doof Club, or is it the fact that there's a lot of H2O on the floor right now?
You got it, Donovan. It's the water falling from the heavens that we're not going to allow to dampen our spirits today. These are my team members, Jonathan, Chris, and Louis. I'm Clinton, and together we Team H2O Racing. Happy to be here on Phakisa.
Now, obviously, this is Sunoco Speed TV. Speaking of Sunoco, this is Ryan Shapiro. Ryan, not only are you just a sponsor, but you're riding also, and not only are you riding, but you're the defending champions.
Donovan, we certainly are proud defending champions, and we're going to really be trying hard to do it again. We don't want to lose and relinquish this trophy.
Now, the racing's nice and all, but I'm more interested in your dog. What's his name?
Well, Diego is our key lap timer. He knows which bikes we're on, he knows what to signal us, and this is how we got our edge. We got excellent pit crew.
Okay, I now have tips for next year. I think I'm gonna do that next year, definitely.
It works for us, Donovan. It could work for you.
Now, obviously, there's more than just Ryan on Team Sunoco. Who else do we have here?
We've got Louis Hatting, and this is our old faithful. He's not that old, but very faithful.
Yeah, I'm Ludwig Hatting. We are back here to defend our championship. Hope we're going to make it this year. This is Evert Stoffberg.
Yes, I'm Evert. I'm from Red Star. I was invited to come and ride here and help the guys out, and we'll see if we can do that.
Hello, I'm Ron Smith. I hope the weather stays the same. It was raining last night, but yeah, let's see. Hopefully we win again.
So, this is the HRT team. Comprises of many members from every walks of South Africa. We've got guys from the Eastern Cape, guys from the Free State, and guys from Gauteng. The team started about 4 years ago, and this is our third 8 hour, and we hope to do good like we did last year. And yeah, the spirit is high. We've got a white mechanic in the group as well. so we sorted. HRT! Yeah!
After the COC had done a lap in the Audi Clarkstor pace car and declared that the track was now dry and ready to go, the race could begin. Andre, tell us about this start.
Thank you, Donovan. Yes, the start is a Le Mans start, and for the viewers at home not knowing what Le Mans start is, the type of grid position and how you start the race was made famous by the Le Mans 24-hour in France. And we've sort of copied that. You've got your riders lining up on the opposite side of the circuit. You allowed one team member to hold your motorcycle. The motorcycle must be switched off, and obviously when the lights go off, you're allowed to run across, start the bike, and off you go.
And here we see all the starters ready to go. With our out-of-the-hat qualifying, our team actually started first. How good are we, Andre?
Fantastic. Pole position on the grid for the first lap, and after the first lap, we were dead last.
Yeah, Andre, tell us why this is.
For some other reason, the bike wouldn't start. It was nothing that I did wrong. It's purely I jumped on the bike, and as you can see, I'm sort of stuck on the starting line here.
So the guys ran across, everyone jumped on their bike. So watch this, see everyone speed off, and there's one bike sitting over there. I believe that's Mr. Andre Netling. There he is, still sitting there. Everyone had buggered off. Everyone was already around the first corner, and there was one certain bike still sitting there. There you go, at last. Well done.
Well, at last, I managed to get away. Donovan, you know, it's all for fun. It's a big joke. It's a big jolt. And at the end of the day, who really cares? Because there's 8 hours of circulating the circuit. So you've got to keep your head up on your shoulders and make sure you don't push too hard and obviously spoil your day in the first lap.
Now this race doesn't run like the traditional endurance race, whereby you've got as many fast riders as you like, they ride for as long as they can, absolutely flat out. Again, it's all about fun, and the rules are sort of tailored for fun.
Well, that's the thing. You would think if I mention the rules, what a joke, But I tell you what, Donovan, at the end of the day, this format proves that you need to plan properly. You need a team behind you. You need a really good pit crew. Otherwise, you will break out, get the penalties, and your team will finish absolutely last, like I proved.
Now, you say penalties. How does that work exactly?
Well, Don, first of all, there's 3 categories, and you and your team can enter any of those 3 categories. And we've got basically the GP category, the SBK, and the TT. And how it basically works, you've got 4 riders, and they're not allowed to go faster than a specific time within their categories. So you'll have all your A riders on track at the same time, and then obviously your B, C, and D. So it sort of makes it safe, because think about it this way. In the D group, although I'm in a GP category and I'm competing for that trophy and the honors, I will be racing against somebody else that's in a C category doing, say, 2 minute 10, and the cutoff for the D rider in the A category is only 2 minutes, which makes it fairly safe.
So now this also, as we say, it adds to the fun. So let's just say you're a slower rider. You're not going to end up on track with a bunch of top national riders getting overtaken left, right and centre. Chances are you'll end up with a bunch of other riders of a similar pace to you, and hopefully you have a good ride during your session.
Well, that's the whole thing. We're not trying to get the Valentino Rossis of the world here, although we'd love to. But it's more a question of planning and making sure that your riders stay within their limits. That makes it fair for everybody, and literally every team on the grid stands a chance to win this thing. In fact, you'll see later in the show when with Prizegiving, the difference was so small, it could have gone either way for the top 5 teams quite easily. And I think that is, Don, in essence, what adds to the fun of this type of endurance racing. Well, join us after the break for more Rapid Bike 8-hour fun. Welcome back to Rapid Bike 8-hour at Phakisa.
What is the Rapid Bike revolution that everybody is talking about?
Well, Donovan, Rapid Bike's actually a device that you can add to your motorcycle. Rapid Bike itself is a division from Dimsport Italy, the world's engine calibration specialist, developed Rapid Bike in conjunction with MotoGP technology. Actually, Rapid Bike technology was derived from MotoGP, and more specifically, the Italian MotoGP engineers. Rapid Bike is FIM approved and is used by factory teams such as Yamaha in the World Supersport for its unique features and benefits.
Rapid Bike is an all-new digital approach to motorcycle tuning and calibration, offering all motorcycles from superbikes racing seen here to adventure touring, commuter and cruisers. All motorcycles enjoy the benefits of digital live tuning while you ride with every electronic feature previously not fitted to most motorcycles without dyno tuning. The Rapid Bike ECU is fitted to your motorcycle by simply connecting to all the stock sensors and immediately starts digitally building the best possible map, which can be felt immediately while offering the following features on any bike up until 15 years old.
Well, Donovan, imagine this. You can have your old bike with the following features: traction control, launch control, dynamic reversible digital shift, which changes gears from 2000 RPM to limiter digitally without, closed loop fuel control. Therefore, Rapid Bike is the only ECU available that has complete control of the fuel map, including the closed loop fuel area where all bikes are restricted. This can be felt below 6000 RPM and or 30% of the throttle, including up to 8 injectors. Rapid Bike is Euro 4 ready and available for all new and old fuel-injected motorcycles. It also features RPM control, which increases the rev limiter, speed control, lambda control, air-fuel ratio control on the fly, and in addition, it's got Bluetooth connectivity to your phone with full telemetry, multiple maps, pit lane limiters. In a nutshell, you're going to own the ECU for life. If you sell your bike, you can keep your ECU, which is simply programmed to fit your new bike.
The Rapid Bike comes with a 25-year guarantee and a customer promise that if you don't feel a power increase immediately, you don't pay. Before now, you would have to spend more than 100,000 Rand for a race ECU and harness, where the Rapid Bike ECU can be yours for less than 9,000 Rand.
Well, time to get back into the race action at Phakisa. This is, of course, the Rapid Bike 8-hour.
At the start here, we have some interesting grid places. At the moment, Pinetown Pets lead the GP class, followed by Team 4 Shades of Grey and Team Sates. In the SBK class, Habashwe 2 have taken the lead, followed by Team Bricks and Team Double Captain. Then in the TT class, Team Trailer Trash are leading, with Team Single Captain behind them and Team Not Too Fast But Furious in third.
Well, and dead last, our team.
Yes, I wonder why that is.
Team Gold FM, unfortunately, because of the poor start, it was not me at fault at all, obviously
Yes.
not. We managed to claw our way back after the first session up to third position. So I was pushing, I was going flat out, Donovan,
Yes.
as far as I possibly could. And unfortunately, then thereafter, we had a small little incident.
Well, no, hang on. Then I took over for the second bit, and we stayed in third, all as well. Then somebody's son, who would that be, Andre?
I'm not sure, somebody's son. I think it's the race organizer's son.
Yes, a certain Mr. Donovan Neetling.
Yeah, and it's, for some reason, I don't know, is Donovan's, they're related
it's
or...
the Neetlings, you
Is
know
it
what I
the
mean? It's the
Neetling thing?
Neetling
Okay.
part.
Well, at the end of the day, unfortunately, honestly, I don't think it was Donovan's fault because he was getting involved into a race.
Yes.
Team Steel Pipes, these are the boys from East London. They were challenging Donovan the day before, and they told him, in fact, the whole day, we're going to beat you. There's no way you're going to be quicker than us on track. And unfortunately, Donovan missed his pitboard altogether, and he got into a tangle, and he was racing against Team Steel Pipes. And guess what? He broke out 4 times.
Yeah, lost 4 laps. Now, as you can see, we've got the changeover here. Every half an hour, there is a compulsory changeover where one group ends and the other one begins. Now, unlike other endurance races where a team has to ride with one bike and nurture one bike through the race, this is more like what we call a relay race, where every single rider in each team gets to use their own bike. Which is kind of nice because you don't need to spend 8 hours riding somebody's bike and get somebody to volunteer their one bike. You are riding your own bike, and essentially you only end up putting 2 hours. It's like a track day almost.
It is, and in fact, look, the whole 8 hour, everything that we've put together in terms of the recipe for the 8 hour was designed from a track day. We've been doing track day riding and obviously hosting track events as Moto Rider Academy forever. And what we've decided to do is, Donovan, rather to take your fast riders, let them come in, change over, get the B rider out on track, and make sure all the B riders on track at the same time. They obviously come in, change to C and D. This makes it safe, and it's very similar to a track day. So yes, it's called a race, but it's not like a, grid race where you start off and first over the flag wins. There's a lot of technicality in it. If you go too fast, you get a lap penalty. That could put you literally back at the back of the grid.
Kind of like what happened with us.
Kind of like what happened to us. So I don't want to go into that even more.
Now, here on the track right now, this is the B group. Now, where the A group was limited to 1 minute 44, which is quite a fast lap time, and you have to be quite a professional racer to do that. Whereas here is the B group. It's 1 minute 50. Now, that's more like a fast track day rider.
Yes, Donovan, fast touching, I'd say like intermediate rider, actually.
And speaking of which, over there on track now is Simon Free, 73 years old, still out there riding. He was far from the slowest on the day, and he even managed to break out in his group twice.
Can you believe it? And at the end of the day, if you think about it, that's what this makes this format so attractive. I mean, you've got a 73-year-old man riding in an 8-hour endurance race, and he's safe and he's having fun with all the other riders. And I think that's sort of the essence of what the 8 hours is all about.
I'd say he's safer than the other riders around him, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think they go out of the way when they say, oh, this is Simon coming around the corner. Donovan, what group was Simon in? The GP, the SBK, or the TT?
He was in the TT group, which is the slower group, but I mean, he was in the B group of the TT class.
Okay, in the B group. Because if you look at the times, it makes a lot of sense for anybody who comes to Phakisa to the first time to literally join in the fun. I mean, too fast, too fearless, 2 minute 36. That was the absolute best lap time for the day, which is pretty much a novice rider coming to Phakisa for the first time. Team Twisted, 2 minute 1. Not Too Fast But Furious, 2 minute 13. Team Trailer Trash, 2 minute 14. Team Templars, 2 minute 14. And Team Single Captain in that category, 2 minute 11.
So this, just to kind of re-emphasize, that is not like pro racer time. That is just fun, having fun, casual, let's do this riding times.
Exactly, Donovan. If you think about it, anybody, literally anybody, can join in the fun and come and join in this 8-hour race. At the moment, as you can see, there was a small incident, and safety is our main priority, and we had to send out the safety car.
Yes, this was one of only 2 incidences for the whole race. And what happened was a guy just had a small little crash. The bike was lying in a slightly dangerous place next to the track, and instead of taking chances of maybe having someone hit it, they decided to pull up the safety car so the marshals can clear the bike of the way. And again, this is a relay race, so what that happened is that team just sat out for the rest of that half an hour, and then the next bike went out and they carried on, and everyone could carry on having fun.
Exactly, it's a relay race, so you actually get issued with an ankle band, and you'll see on the left hand side of each rider, just above the boot, there's a bright orange strap, and inside the strap is your transponder.
And of course your transponder is what picks up your laps, so if you haven't got a transponder, you don't show in the results.
Exactly, so it's a game of strategy. You really have to plan properly. You've got to have a fantastic pit crew, because remember, you're not allowed to have a lap timer or any timing device on your motorcycle.
Oh, and then we have a bit of a problem. That's Pizzo Malefe from team Not Too Fast But Furious. They were running 3rd in the TT class, and he's obviously put something down on the track. There you see people slipping a little bit. There we have a rider actually going off, and this is dangerous because remember, the riders cannot see the oil on the track, and when you hit that oil at full lean, trust me, it doesn't always end well.
Yeah, I've got testimony to that, Donovan. I've had a few spills in my lifetime. For some of the reasons, slicks and oil just doesn't work well.
It's amazing how tires like traction. And I mean, there we saw other riders busy warning. We see marshals running in the background. We see a little bit of slipping and sliding, but thankfully there were no big incidences. And here we can see the Clarksdorp Audi's pace car out again, slowing everyone down while the marshals put down cement. Now, you can't actually clean the oil. I mean, oil's not something you just quickly clean, especially while a race is on.
It needs to be absorbed.
Yes, so what the cement does is not only does it absorb the oil and make it less slippery, but the riders can see the cement on the circuit, so they know where not to go, where to avoid. And there you can see the riders looking slightly impatient. Well, I'd say some of them are impatient, some of them are just glad to have a bit of a break.
Well, besides the break, remember, you're saving tires. This
and
is all
fuel
strategy.
And everything, yeah.
Exactly, because you can change tires, obviously going back into the pit, but I mean, you can just sit out for whatever time it takes for the tire to change.
Mostly, I think, for a lot of the riders, especially when you look at their physical condition, I think they're just glad for the rest.
Actually, I'll tell you what, 30 minutes going flat out on a circuit sounds like not hard work, but I promise you, when you take that helmet off, it feels like you've been in a gym for 5 hours.
Someone once described it, it's a bit like riding a horse. You know, it looks simple, you sit there, but the horse is bouncing up and down and you're constantly supporting yourself. And it's much the same with this. You're not really sitting there just pulling the throttle and pushing handlebars. You are working the entire time.
Absolutely.
And here we saw again the pit stops where riders are taking off the armband, putting it on the next rider, and there we have that famous cement again. Now they're hitting the cement, it's a little bit slippery, but not, shall we say, fatal. And of course the riders can see it now. They can actually see a line of cement there.
And with that cement story, it's time for us to go back into the pits and refuel for another fuel break. Welcome back to the Rapid Bike 8-hour at Phakisa.
Right guys, it's obviously the Rapid Bike 8-hour and I'm here with Jannie Oosthuizen. He's from Team Saints. Jannie, how's the team doing so far?
We actually did very well. I think we had some issues along the way. One guy got sick in the meantime, but he managed to pull himself through and we are enjoying it. This is absolutely a massive blessing for us all, seeing the fact that we not really teams in racing, but we managed to come through and we did enjoy the whole day of it.
This is Sean from the Four Ways Flyers team. Sean, how's things going today?
Not too bad. We're getting some penalties here and there, but I think it's going quite well. We should finish, and I think that's the most important part, is to finish. Rian got into a bit of a battle on track, broke out once or twice, but nothing too serious, luckily.
So Rian Fourie has got that competitive monster that came out and he could not behave himself. That's what you're actually saying.
Basically, yeah. He, as soon as he saw the battle in front of him, he just couldn't give up, you know. So it was good.
As family and friends pile on, we are now halfway through the Rapid Bike 8-hour and things are looking close. Team 4 Shades of Grey still lead, but they have the Pinetown Pets just 3 seconds behind them. And then less than a lap behind them, we have Team Electronica, and in 4th, Team Sunoco Racing. Remember the defending champions. They started in last after a technical problem at the beginning of the race and have already climbed up to 4th. And then again, in the same lap still, in 5th place, we have Team Rutpin Services. In the SBK class, Team Northwest Bulk Carriers have taken the lead, a lap ahead of Team Habashwe 2, who are a lap ahead of Team Double Captain. Then in the TT class, Team Taylor Trash have taken the lead, ahead of Team Single Captain, who are a lap behind, who are ahead of Team Templars, again a lap behind. Now remember, Andre, we say they're a lap ahead. Now a lap, when you're looking at something like this, a 6-hour endurance race, it's not actually a lot, because you break out once and suddenly say, for example, the leaders now, Team 4 Shades of Grey, if they break out once, they're going to go from 1st to 6th. So a lap is not a lot.
It's not a lot, and that's where the team strategy comes in. I just need to explain the following. Remember, we had the safety car out there. There was actually teams, and you're not allowed to overtake under the yellow flag when the safety car's out. And unfortunately, naughty boy Mr. Johan Norkeer from Four Ways Flyers did exactly that. And he was penalized. And
Yes.
that obviously pushed the team down in terms of their position at the time.
It does get a bit confusing, because before you actually see the safety car, which is obviously a car in the middle of the track, there are just flags that come out at the marshal post. And when you're riding flat out, chasing other people, dicing with people, you often don't see those flags. So he's riding along and suddenly everyone else is slowing down. He doesn't know why, and he's just going through.
Well, that's the thing, you get sucked into the whole concept of I'm racing a bike on a MotoGP racetrack.
Yes, and you can easily get caught out. Speaking of getting caught out, no, there's been an incident on the track. Oh, that is a member of Team Too Fast, Too Fearless, and the safety car is out again.
I hope there's no overtaking this time.
No, shame. One of the teams did fall down. The rider was okay, but there were a few little problems on the track. The marshals had to actually go onto the track, so they actually red flagged it, which is something rare in endurance racing, because normally you send out a pace car, the pace car goes around and people clear it up, but as a rarity, the riders actually had to come and pull into the pits for a while. And then it was sort of chaos, because everybody had to start again from the pit, so there was sort of like a pit start where everyone sat in the pit lane revving their bikes. As soon as the pit lane opened again, off you go.
But you know, Donovan, if you think about it, the concept and this type of fun racing element, I mean, I think it's actually safe to put out the red flag, rather stop it, make sure everything's 100% perfect before you send the motorcycles out again. Because at the end of the day, it should be fun. And you know what, nobody really minded the fact that the red flag came out and they had to go into the pit lane, because I mean, whatever, 5 to 10 minutes later, everybody's out on track again.
Exactly. And there were no actual injuries, serious injuries anywhere in this
Now,
race.
that's testimony to the safety of the event.
There
if
were
you think
2
about it.
crashes, 1 oil spill.
Right, guys, I'm here with probably the best looking pit today at the Moto Rider Academy Rapid Bike 8-hour. And as you can see, it looks like a proper MotoGP pit. Team Need for Speed. Guys, tell me, how has it been today?
Well, it's been rough. You know, we've had a couple of incidents. Corners were tight, road surface was good, and I think we had a lot of fun. And I'm sure everybody tried his best today.
And are you guys featuring on the podium tonight?
We have to.
Team Need for Speed! We had the Rapid Bike 8-hour, and it's Team Twisted, Reggie.
That's Team Twisted, where we had an up and down kind of day, but all fun and games, and just want to say so much thanks to our sponsor,
John Ngozi Outsourcing.
Oh, fantastic.
And we had a great time. Thanks, Andre. What a fantastic event.
Okay, so what's the most sort of embarrassing thing that happened today to your team, if you had to say in terms of penalty-wise, or what happened out on the track?
Well, we had a couple of naughty boys, you know, going a little bit quicker and running out of gas. Coming into the pits with no gas and hauling her along with one leg isn't fun.
Right, guys, we have Team Moose Knuckle at the Rapid Bike 8-hour, and with me I've got
Sean Jabba.
Sean, what happened today? What's going on, buddy?
We had a good session. We just had a few little penalties with the time limits, but it was good. It's all about the fun. It was a good day.
Okay, and what's the sort of most embarrassing thing that happened to your team today?
I actually have no idea. What was the most embarrassing? So I got to ask the team for this one. Oh, the fuel hose on the RC8 kind of gave us issues. That was the biggest issue we had today.
Fuel hose came off, and where's the team featuring now in terms of the podium?
We currently 8th overall in the GPs, so We're up there.
Competition tough?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just trying to stay within the limits. That's the biggest problem.
Right, guys, I'm with one of the most competitive people I know. He's always at every event, and it's nobody else than Mr. Toboselo Molefe, all the way from Aliwal North. Tops, how's things today? What's happening to your team?
Fantastic. Everything I think went as the way we planned, and we are really hoping for the best. Probably the challenges that we might have is some of the guys could have got penalties. They could have broke out from their the time threshold, but so far so good. The most important thing was to have fun.
Definitely.
With a family. And actually, the strategy in the morning, I said to the guys, you know what, don't worry about breaking out. Just go and have fun and make sure, for instance, that you don't fall, you bring the bike home, because the wife would say, you don't want to fall when the wife and the kids are here, So that's a basic thing that we had.
We just want to give a shout out to our best pit helper, Tristan.
Say hi to people.
Hello South Africa, I'm here at Phakisa and it's very nice. I enjoy it a lot.
And here we have even spectators having a good time. Let's take another break. We'll be back now with the Rapid Bike 8 Hour.
Welcome back to the Rapid Bike 8 Hour at Phakisa.
Yes, we're now 3/4 of the way through the race. And let's go back into the pits and see how some of our teams are doing.
Guys, I'm here with Stefan. He's the team manager. Stefan, what's your team called?
Too Fast, Too Fearless.
Too Fast, Too Fearless. And how's things going today?
Uitstekend. Ons het 'n bietjie van 'n ongelukkie gehad nou met die ander ryer, maar ons maak klaar, ons geniet dit. Baie dankie aan julle vir hierdie great event.
I'm here with team, what's it? 4 Shades of Grey. Okay, all the old toppies. And I've got Tony with me. Tony, I see you about to go out. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, no, I'm happy. Ready, willing and able.
Okay, and Gavin, how's the team doing so far?
We were running ahead first, as I said to the camera last time, but we blew it. Mr. Costa here cost us a lap, but we're going to reel it in. He's going to do it for us. This is the last session. We're going to do it.
Mark is from Team Bricks. Mark, tell me what's happening to your team today.
Oh, we had a great day, Andre. Bit rough on the hands, but it was a lovely day, man.
And no penalties?
Ah, come on, Alex. Those freaking flag changes, we didn't get so right. 2 penalties. We were ahead of our team to the stage, and then we lost it back to Nico and Bruno and his buddies. That was bad news, man.
Looking at some of the results so far in the SPK category, Team Northwest Bulk are still leading, followed by Team Bricks and Team Abashwe. Then in the TT class, there's Team Single Captain, Team Templars, and Team Trailer Trash. We're heading towards the end now, and anything can happen. The teams have to be so careful.
Absolutely, and remember, all the lap penalties must still be calculated, and that could change things around drastically.
And here we go, it's the last change. This is the last half hour of the 6 hour. And at this point, things are critical. I mean, in the GP, the main class, there are still 5 teams vying for the lead. We have Team Sunoco, who have somehow come from right at the back at the very beginning of the race and are now leading, followed by Team Steel and Pipes Racing. Then Team 4 Shades of Grey, the Pinetown Pets, Team Electronica, and Team Rutpin are the teams all dicing. Remember, this is the D group. One slight mistake by one of these riders, one of them breaks out just slightly, and they're going to go potentially from 1st to 6th place. They have to be so careful, but at the same time not so careful that they let the other teams catch them.
Exactly. It's like I said, it's all strategy, it's all planning, it's down to your pit lane crew. Because remember, this stage of the race, the last half an hour of the race, there's no pro timing. That's right, no live timing at all.
So the actual teams can't see where they are at that moment. I mean, here we go, look at them, they're getting ready for the end. We're heading down towards the last lap, and there we have it, teams are crossing the line. Remember, they don't know where they finished at this point. They know where they were half an hour ago, but they don't know who actually won.
Anything could happen. I think that's what makes this format so interesting and so appealing to such a large audience, because it's not a question of whoever finishes the over the line first wins.
And of course, it's all about celebration. And this is Ryan Shapiro from Team Sunoco celebrating. They were leading half an hour before the end of the race. and decided to actually take it easy because they didn't want to break out at all. Now, it's all about a festive spirit, so at the end of the race, instead of pulling straight back into the pits, each of the teams lined up on the start-finish straight and had some celebrations. Some decided to smoke tires, some sprayed champagne, some laughed, some cried, all sorts of things happened, emotions everywhere, jubilation. No matter where you finish, the fact is you have just finished an 8-hour endurance race, and that in itself is an achievement.
That's an accomplishment, just to finish the race. And as a team, you can see celebrations all over the place. Everybody happy, fantastic team spirits, fantastic event.
And of course, mothers, fathers, girlfriends, everybody taking part. Champagne everywhere, lots of sticky everything. There's a certain under a nettling full of...
Thank you to my son Justin on the left.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, after all the shenanigans and hooliganism, looks like a rally here today. We've got the youngest rider in the field today. Pizzo, how's the buddy?
It's going well. I can't complain. Awesome day. Struggled in the morning, but in the afternoon, third time lucky after the 2 sessions.
And you had fun?
Lots of it. I will remember this day, definitely.
And to crown everything, you were not even planning on riding today?
No, I got a team last minute entry. It's unbelievable. I'm just thankful I got a team in the end and I was able to race.
It was an incredibly emotional roller coaster today. We started off with the radiator hose blowing off, and we went down 3 laps. We fought the whole day to come back to the lead, and we kind of gave it away in the last 3 sessions. I believe finishing in second. Very sad day for us, but we'll be back next year.
Okay guys, as a tradition, every year at the end of the 8-hour, we've got a special team. The team called themselves Habashwe Racing, and they're going to show you what it looks like through Inchini 1. There we go. Inchini 2, here we go. Inchini 2. And the hairpin on the brakes. As you can see, as per usual, loads of fun for the family and even for the youngsters. How was the 8-hour, buddy?
It was very fun.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much.
Will you be back next year?
Yes, I will be.
And you come on your own bike next year?
Yes, I will.
Definitely. That's the spirit. Moto Rider Academy.
Goodbye,
Then it was off to prize giving. Now each member of each team that finished on the podium in their respective classes received a prize, and they all got to stand up on this magnificent podium, and everybody who took part, every single rider and pit crew, got a little medal, something they can take home, something they can show their grandchildren one day, and a little momentum. And then of course each team got a big magnificent trophy like that. The prize giving took place at the Bundu Lodge, just a little bit outside of Welkom, and once again there were more festivities, more revelry, everybody sharing stories, some of them true, some perhaps slightly exaggerated, and a great time had by all. Then of course there were some of the prizes, and it was not just about where you finished on the track, there was more to it than that. Here we have Simon Free. He won a Legends prize. He of a few people winning Legends prizes, 73 years old, finished an 8-hour endurance race. And here's Andre calling out the teams. Every single team was called up. Every single team received their medals. Congratulations, they all finished, and that is something. Team Too Fast, Too Fearless. Shame they had the crash earlier on where one of their teams crashed out. But still managed to come back, and they finished 6th in the TT class. Team Twisted finished 5th, despite getting 14 penalty laps. Team Not Too Fast But Furious had a bit of an oil spill, and Simon Free cost them 2 penalty laps at age 73. And this is Team H2O Racing. They got 6 penalty laps, yet despite that, still managed to finish 5th in the SBK class. Then Team Double Captain did a good job getting no penalty laps whatsoever to finish 4th in the SBK class. And here we have the unmistakable Team Northwest Bulk Carriers. Unmistakable because they brought their sign with them. Team Need for Speed got just one penalty lap and finished 11th in the GP class. Then there's their Bushway team, always smiling, always happy, always having a party, no matter what. Team Planet Power, also good boys, didn't get a single penalty lap and managed to come in 10th in the GP class. Team Electronia had a great race, again no penalty laps, coming 5th in the GP class. And of course Team Sunoco, Ryan Shapiro, always bringing his dog Diego everywhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure people like his dog more than they like him. Team Pinetown Pets had a very consistent race, scored no penalty laps and managed to come in 4th in the GP class. While Team Rutpin, again they managed one penalty lap, it cost them quite a bit and they were down in 6th place. And Four-Ways Flyers, of course, they got 2 penalty laps for overtaking under a safety car, but had a good time, finished down in 12th. And then we have Team Gold FM, that's us. We lost 7 laps and finished last in the GP class. Team Saints put in a commendable effort and finished in 7th place. Then there is the East London crowd from Steel and Pipes Racing. At this stage they had no idea where they had finished, but they were dancing for the lead. Same this with Team 4 Shades of Grey, also in it for the win, but at this stage I have no idea. Team Moose Knuckle Racing had a great time, 6 penalty laps, put them down in 8th place. Then Team Abashwe 3, a very commendable ride, improving massively, got a top 10 in 9th place. Of course this was all about everybody, and some of the kids came up and even got medals for themselves.
Yeah, Donovan, it's absolutely a family event and everybody gets rewarded just for being at the 8 hour.
Who's done racing all his life and he can still do it at the age of 73, 74. A MotoGP Superstar Legend Award, Simon Freeway.
Of course the rewards were not just for where you finished, there was many different awards for all sorts of things. Here we have the Legendary Award for Simon Free.
Most laid-back team. Only after riders briefing, they managed to find a rider. That's how laid-back they were. Well done, guys. Awesome. With one hand standing next to the bike, Limo Taker. Proper hooligan. Forget to put fuel into the motorcycle. Reggie, where are you? Houston.
And that's Reggie from Team Twisted. Not only did he forget to put fuel in the motorcycle, but his team got 14 penalty laps.
I mean, if you're sick and ill and you faint on a motorcycle and you manage to reach the medics, you're bloody brave. Natasha van Heerden. All in good spirit.
Yeah, Natasha receiving the reward.
Are you okay?
Obviously, she was sick and ill with the flu, where most guys would be in bed. She was out there racing.
Snail speed. And that goes to a team by the name of Too Fast, Too Fearless. Okay. The most pro team goes to Need for Speed. He thought once they finish they're going to make him some food because it looked like a proper kitchen. But no, I'm just joking. Well done. You look so professional, super professional outfit. Team with the best team spirit. And I'd like to also award one of those medals to a lady that's been yelling and shouting and screaming and jumping up and down. And I mean, that's just team spirit. It's fantastic to see and to hear. It has to go to Four-Ways Flyers. For always supporting Moto Rider Academy. There we go, David. That's it. Most penalties in 3rd place. They get actually a trophy for that. SBK H2O Racing with 6 laps. Thank you, team H2O. 5. Donovan, please come and collect your trophy.
This is Donovan Neertling, son of Andre Neertling from Team Gold FM, who he himself got 5 penalty laps.
12 lap penalty. Too fast, too fearless.
And this is Too Fast, Too Fearless, mostly a lady team, not being as diligent as ladies usually are, getting 12 penalty laps.
2 minutes, 1.7, almost breaking out.
goes to not too fast, but furious.
That's Neil Faree coming up to fetch the award.
1 minute 50.1. Abashwe 2.
That's Stuzo Morikila fetching the award for the fastest lap in the SPK
1
class.
minute 44.7. Team Musnako.
That's Sean Jabba of Rad Moto doing the fastest lap time of the event on his KTM RC8. And then we get the podium finishes in the TT class. In third place it was Team Trailer Trash, just 55 seconds behind. In second place Team Templars, 2.7 seconds behind the winners, which were Team Single Captain. In the SPK class, in third place, a magnificent podium finish for Habashwe 2, finishing just 1 lap behind the leaders, together with the team in second, which was Team Bricks. But then of course we have the winners, a great ride coming from the back, finishing a lap ahead of everyone else, Team Northwest Bulk Carriers. And now for the big boys, the GP class. In third place, a very enthusiastic Team 4 Shades of Grey, finishing just 1 minute and 16 seconds behind the leaders. In second place, last year's champions, who took it a little too easy in the last session, Team Sunoco Racing, finishing just 9.2 seconds behind the leaders after 6 hours of racing. And here we have it, the winners, the East London crowd of Team Steel and Pipes Racing. A jubilant victory for them for sure.
Right guys, as you can see, we're on the grid with the Rapid Bike 8 hour and a little bit wet. We've got a Clinton beside it with us. Clinton, do you feel the champagne in your underpants?
Absolutely, all the way down to the boots.
All the way down to the boots. Loads of celebrations. Thank you everybody for attending this year's Rapid Bike 8 hour at Phakisa 2017. Hope to see you next year. All the best. Cheers.